You have one trip to French Canada and 2 cities on your shortlist. Montreal and Quebec City, 3 hours apart and completely different. Both are old, French-speaking, and walkable. But choose wrong, and you overpay or miss the very thing you came for. The same 7 nights, booked in each city, can cost over $700 more in one of them. So we scored 6 rounds from cost to character on one running scoreboard. The winner is clear, but not the whole story. We leave neighborhoods, hotels, and the fine print to our full guides. This video answers one question: which city gets your week? One is the bigger, cheaper, do-everything city. The other may be the most beautiful place in North America. First, let's size them up, because these two could hardly be more different. Montreal is a metro of nearly 1.9 million, Canada's second-largest city and a full urban machine. Quebec City is far smaller, under 600,000, a compact provincial capital wrapped around its old town. Both were founded early, Quebec City in 1608, Montreal in 1642, 2 of the continent's oldest. Montreal is an island city on the St. Lawrence, built around a small mountain called Mount Royal. Quebec City perches on a cliff above the river's Narrows, split between an upper town and a lower one. Language is a defining difference too. About 70% of Montrealers speak English, against closer to 40% in Quebec City. So Montreal is the easier city if a language barrier worries you. Quebec City is a more immersive, deeply French experience. One gives you a big city's full range, the other a walled old town and little sprawl. 2 very different weeks. Round 1 is character, how a place actually feels before you have spent $1, and these two feel worlds apart. Old Quebec is the only fortified city north of Mexico, a UNESCO World Heritage Site 400 years old. Walk Petit Champlain beneath the Chateau Frontenac, and it reads like a slice of France on a cliff. It is genuinely storybook. That old town is tiny and dense, ringed by stone ramparts you can still walk, with a lower town of 17th century houses. Montreal's character is louder. It is a creative, cosmopolitan city of mural-lined alleys, sidewalk terraces, and summer festivals. The Plateau and Mile End bring bohemian, bagel, and espresso energy. Old Montreal adds cobblestones with a nightlife pulse. So the split is clean. Montreal is the party and the culture. Quebec City is the postcard and the romance. One is exciting, the other is enchanting, but for pure, unrepeatable character, round 1 belongs to Quebec City. Round 2 is cost, and the winner flips with how you travel. Every price here is in US dollars. Down at the backpacker end, it is a dead heat. A hostel dorm bed is about $28 a night in either city. A shoestring day of cheap eats and transit lands near $75 in both, so budget travelers barely feel a difference. Trade the dorm for a budget hotel, and Quebec City actually wins near $60 a night against Montreal's $80. But that is the last tier Quebec City wins. Move to the middle, where most travelers book, and it flips hard. A mid-range hotel averages about $95 a night in Montreal, but $150 in Quebec City. Short-term rentals split even wider. Montreal's median sits near $140 a night. Quebec City's is close to $250. Stretch that rental to a full week, and Quebec City costs over $700 more, north of $1,000 Canadian. Groceries follow the same line, roughly $80 a basket in Montreal, against $100 in Quebec City. Quebec City does claw a little back at the very top. A fine dining dinner for 2 runs cheaper there than in Montreal. The daily incidentals wash out: a coffee, a beer, a single transit ride, all near identical in both cities. But the middle tier is where a week is won or lost, and that belongs to Montreal. Value goes to the bigger city. Round 3 is things to do. One city goes wide, the other goes deep, and which you want settles this round. Start with Montreal, which goes wide. Its headline sites pull huge crowds. The Old Port, over 50,000 reviews. Notre Dame Basilica, 37,000. Jean Talon Market adds 32,000 more. One of North America's great public markets, piled high with Quebec produce. At the city's heart is Mount Royal, designed by the man behind Central Park, rated near perfect by 27,000 visitors. Add the Botanical Garden, the Fine Arts Museum, St. Joseph's Oratory, and Place des Arts for a full cultural week. It is also Canada's festival capital. The Summer Jazz Festival and Just for Laughs fill whole districts Quebec City cannot match. Quebec City goes the other way, all concentration. Its walled old town is the attraction, and its headline sites are spectacular. Montmorency Falls is the showpiece, about 30% taller than Niagara, with a bridge across the top and 36,000 reviews. The Citadel, a working star fort, and the Plains of Abraham pack heavy history into a tiny footprint. Just outside town, Ile d'Orléans and its farms make an easy half-day, the kind of side trip Montreal sends you further for. Families are covered either way. Quebec City has its Riverside Aquarium, Montreal the Biodome, Insectarium, and La Ronde amusement park. The honest trade, Quebec City delivers higher wow per block, but you can see its greatest hits in 2 or 3 days. So Quebec City wins the photograph, but Montreal wins the itinerary. On depth and range, round 3 is Montreal's. Round 4 is food, and neither city disappoints. The real question is whose kitchen fits the way you like to eat. At street level, it is even, a quick handheld bite around $7, whichever city you are standing in. Montreal is the heavyweight, home of the bagel versus smoked meat rivalry, and of poutine done 100 different ways. Schwartz's Deli alone pulls 25,000 reviews, and Jean Talon Market anchors a deep, multicultural scene. From Portuguese chicken to Haitian griot, Montreal spans the globe, with vegetarian and vegan options rated excellent. Quebec City is narrower and more traditional. Hearty Quebecois cooking, tourtière meat pie, maple everything, sugar shack feasts. Classic rooms like Auges Anciens Canadiens lean old world French, and at the top end, it's fine dining undercuts Montreal's. So the choice is mood. Quebec City for a cozy candlelit night out, Montreal for endless everyday variety. Both are excellent, but only one is a true food capital. Montreal eats with more depth and range, and food is its round. Round 5 is weather and timing, where the two are near twins, 3 hours apart in the same continental climate. Summer is the sweet spot for both. July highs land around 26 degrees Celsius, the high 70s Fahrenheit. Winters are long and seriously cold. January highs near -7 Celsius, the high teens Fahrenheit, months of snow. If they are this close, the tiebreakers are small. Montreal averages more sunshine, about 2,050 hours a year against 1,900. It also logs a few fewer wet days, and its winter nights run milder, so day to day, it edges the comfort battle. Quebec City is colder and snowier, a drawback for daily comfort, but a real gift for its winter identity. That snow powers Quebec City's Winter Carnival, the world's largest, plus an ice hotel and toboggan runs below the chateau. Montreal answers with a packed summer calendar and its underground city, the Réseau, to dodge the worst cold. The best window for either is late spring through early fall. May, September, and October bring thinner crowds and decent weather. So it is nearly a wash, but Montreal runs a touch sunnier, milder, and drier. By a hair, weather goes to Montreal. The final round is access, reaching each city and getting around once you land. And here, being bigger cuts both ways. Start with flights. Montreal's Trudeau Airport, code YUL, is a major hub, nonstop from dozens of U.S. cities. Fares average near $300, with a wide range that can dip under $100 on a good day. Quebec City's YQB is far smaller. Many U.S. travelers connect through Montreal or Toronto, and fares run higher. Downtown, Montreal's express bus runs to the center for about $11 Canadian. Confirm current fares at stm.info. Quebec City has no airport train, so a taxi or rideshare into town runs closer to $40 Canadian. Once there, Montreal has a 4-line metro and a very walkable core, so you can leave the rental car at home. Quebec City has no metro, only buses. But its old town is so compact, you will walk almost everywhere anyway. So neither city needs a car. The difference is reach. Montreal's transit crosses a big city, Quebec City's feet a small one. Easier to fly to, cheaper from the airport, and rail waiting underneath. Access is Montreal's, and it is the clearest call yet. That covers all 6 rounds. Before the final call, here is the plain truth about who belongs in each city. Choose Montreal if you want a full city, food, culture, nightlife, festivals, and better value across a week. It is the smarter pick for a first trip to French Canada and for a mid-range budget that has to stretch. Choose Quebec City if atmosphere is the whole reason you travel, for the most beautiful old town on the continent. It is the better short break, a long weekend of cobblestones, or a winter trip built around the carnival. Photographers and history lovers will be happiest in Quebec City. Night owls and repeat visitors will get more from Montreal. And the move most people miss. They are only 3 hours apart. With time, do both and base the longer stay in Montreal. Where to stay or how to plan the days, our full guides to each city cover all of it, linked below. Time for the verdict. On the data, across 6 rounds, our pick is Montreal, and it takes the board 5-1. Montreal wins value, things to do, food, weather, and access, the bigger, cheaper, more capable city. But do not miss what Quebec City won. It took character in a landslide, and character is why many people travel. If beauty and romance top your list, flip our verdict without guilt. Quebec City is arguably the most stunning city in the country. So that is where we land. Where do you land? Tell us in the comments. Team Montreal or Team Quebec City? Want to weigh it yourself? Our free side-by-side compare tool and both city guides are linked below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.